So the big news this morning is that the Federal Reserve is looking into researching a digital dollar. Now, this isn't new. This has been going on since the beginning of time. If you're a government, the thing that you want to do is be able to control the flow of currency the best you can. And if you can micromanage currency, you're going to do it. And the digital dollar, that's their brainchild. I mean, that's their ultimate dream, is that everyone has a wallet that's tied to the Federal Reserve. Now, when you first hear about it, it doesn't seem like it's that dangerous. Like on the surface, the idea of using your phone to use it like Bitcoin and pay through a QR code seems okay. It seems like, wow, it's really efficient. All your money's on your wallet. If you lose it, you can use some sort of key and restore it, okay? But it's a lot different. A digital dollar has a lot more to it than that. Your private key that would store your funds would belong to the federal government. And all the QR codes that are generated, the federal government would know who they belong to. Now, that's a little different than with your credit card. Your credit card, obviously, they can do a subpoena and they can get your credit card records. Advertisers can get these demographics and advertise to them according to what their credit card purchases are. But with the digital dollar, the feds know exactly what you're spending and what you're spending it on immediately. The implications of that alone are freaking huge, because what they'll do is they'll start to identify buying patterns. And eventually what you're going to see is them taking action against you based on the algorithms of your buying patterns. It doesn't matter if you're about to do something or not. It just shows that there's a 50% or a 60% chance, or even a greater chance than not, that you're going to do this based on your buying patterns. The implications of that are massive. Okay, they can say, hey, this guy bought this item with this shampoo and this, and we show that 60% of the times they commit this crime. So now you literally have the ability to use computer technology and AI to determine if someone might do something in the future, and then you can take action on it. And if you can scare people enough, what are we finding in this latest situation? If you can scare people enough, some of them will do anything they can for your security. But it goes way beyond that. That's just the tip of the iceberg, okay? The digital dollar allows them to not only see what you're spending it on, but to see if they approve what you're spending it on. And also, it's tied to your phone, so it's tied to your social media. And in China, if anyone's been to China recently, any of the cities outside of Shanghai, they have a fully functional citizens rating system, okay? Which means you post something on social media they don't like. In this case, what do we see that they don't like? They don't like the truth. Okay, so you post the truth on social media, you take a ding on your report, and pretty soon you're not able to buy tickets on an airline. And then if it gets bad enough, you're not going to be able to buy fuel for your car or be able to shop at the best grocery stores. You're going to be slowly disenfranchised. And guess what? No due process. No due process. They just turn off the spigot. They're going to argue that this is to augment or go along with regular cash dollars and such. But that's how you implement everything. First, you implement something with tiny restrictions so you can get mass adoption, and you focus on why it's going to work so well. You focus on how clear and concise and easy it is to use, and obviously security. You're going to focus on how secure it is so you can get this momentum behind it from the population. But it gets even worse, because with the lockdowns, what are they practicing with the lockdowns? They're practicing how to move the citizenry around like cattle. Literally, your QR code is going to be your feedlot, okay? And so now they can control you with the lockdown, with the tracking, and what you can spend. Don't want to be locked down? Want to continue to run your business during the lockdown when they tell you you can't? Guess what? In the next 24 hours, if you don't get any food, you're going to be suffering. Go ahead, file a court case. You're 2 weeks to 2 years or maybe 10 years from being heard. You need to eat right now. People are going to consent based on just the speed of the coercion as it takes place. That's a huge problem in my book. A citizen rating system. Now it gets worse, okay? So now we're talking about the loss of privacy. They immediately know what you're buying when you're buying. If you think your life isn't private now, you're crazy. Your life is relatively private, believe it or not. People have to actually get a subpoena to get the background of what you're buying. They can't just log into a database and get it. Homeland Security can do it if they're investigating you for something. This would be a database of everything you buy, centralized in government hands, not in private hands. No due process, they've got it, okay? But it gets even worse. What if the banks need money? What if the banks need some cash? You no longer have to give the banks bailout money. They just take it right off your phone. Want to raise taxes? You have no say. Forget showing up to any town hall meeting or writing a letter to your congressman. They don't have to listen to you. You cannot breathe without their app. They just take the money. And if you think that's a lie or you think that's not true, start traveling, because the only people that don't know how serious this is are the ones who aren't traveling. If you go to another country and you see what they're doing with their digital currency, you're going to be freaking horrified, man. It is the ultimate control state. Whatever you do, oppose the idea of a digital currency. That's my 2 cents. Put your comments below, and I'd love to see what you have to say about it or what you think.